that?
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're blowing stuff up.
Yes, we are. Welcome back to another episode of the Producer Lounge.
Where we blow stuff up.
Yep. And of course, we were brought to you this week by Jebediah Lang. Shout out Jay Lang, our benefactor. Folks, it's a special day.
It's a very special
We
episode.
have two returning guests on the pod for you guys. And for us, honestly.
Who are the special guests?
It's Spades and Homemade Spaceship.
Yo! Welcome back, boys. Welcome back.
Happy
Thanks for
to
having
be
us.
here again. Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
5 people.
So
Yeah.
excited.
5 people.
We're doing
Yeah.
one of those. This is a full sedan. That
We're
we're
doing
doing.
one of these.
I got the bitch seat.
Road trip. You guys be quiet back there.
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're going to do one of those debates between you guys that they do on podcasts these days.
Right.
All right, guys, go at it. I don't know what the topic
Let's talk
is.
about Israel.
Yeah.
No.
Wow,
First
let's
thing.
I
go.
love everyone.
But yeah, boys, welcome.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome. Me and Joe were randomly at the tipper afters, and
Oh,
we
nice.
saw each other and we were kicking it, and he was like, yo, I have a great idea for a pod episode. Fucking double whammy with 2 legends of the scene.
Hell yes.
That's right.
And we brought it to fruition. Now it's happening.
And it actually is
Yeah, it's
happening.
happening.
It's
Nice
happening
when
right
you
now.
have an idea and then you
I'll
actually
show
follow
up.
through with it.
I know.
So hard to do these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
It's
true.
kind of the name of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
You just got to do that over and over again.
Yeah. Which, easier said than done.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys were down too. I meant to hit you up like a month and a half before today to like talk about this more. And I hit you up like 2 weeks ago or something, and I was like, "Oh, they're still down. Like, sweet,
Yeah.
let's run it."
Feel like it's a good time.
Right?
It's a good time. Yeah.
Yeah. You got a
I
show
did almost
coming up.
forget. Yeah. But yes. Super stoked on the headline, man.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be a dinger. Headline and Serves Ballroom. December 4th. Gonna be a hell of a show.
Sick.
Got Spades on direct support here.
Let's go.
Yo boy, a little shake and bake, bada bang, you know.
A little shake and bake.
Oh, shake
and bake.
And got Terror Wave, which is also sick. I don't know if you guys have heard of them, but they're like a live electronic band, and
Okay.
they're fucking dirty.
Yeah, I
very
haven't
cool
heard them.
stuff.
Super cool to
Okay.
see people who can still meet up. Like we said, it's hard to be in a
Yeah,
band.
it's so hard to be in
But
a
also
band.
coordinate and have all the live stuff and shit. And it's like, I just feel like I want to do something like that and push what I can do with Ableton and all that other shit. But it's just so expensive.
True.
And
Yeah.
a lot of other stuff. So props to them. And then
Yeah, no doubt.
yeah, we got Project Aspect too. It's a old school legend too. So he'll be
Yeah.
there. And then my buddy Duality's opening up too.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
It's gonna be fucking awesome. And then it's a dual venue too, which is sick.
Okay.
So other sides open, like the doors are open, one ticket for like
Full,
both sides.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
then Evolution's headlining the other side.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
who's like, if you guys have heard of him, he's got like the whole, like, he plays guitar too and like does
Nice.
the whole like rock shit. He's got some like viral Wolf Mother remix or some shit like that. I forget
okay.
exactly the rock song. I know the song if I heard it. But he's sick. And then Ossian too. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He's
I feel like I've been seeing that name pop up.
Yeah, he's doing some cool shit. He's doing a lot of like big band jazz shit
Oh,
into
hell
like
yeah.
bangers and stuff. It's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
That's
was
pretty
playing
fun.
a track of his for a while, and I was like, "Yeah, this shit's nuts, dude.
Hell yeah,
it's
okay.
insane." Yeah. Both lineups are sick. It's cool. Fucking love Serves, man. Such a good place.
Yeah,
It's
like,
such a good
It's
venue.
like my favorite
Yeah.
venue in Denver.
Yeah,
man.
for real.
It's like,
Yeah, my first time playing the main room too, so I'm pretty stoked.
Oh, is
let's
it?
go.
Woo! Let's
Yeah.
go, buddy. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be good.
That'll be great.
yeah, dingers. Got my buddy Mindbeam. If anyone out there knows Mindbeam with lasers. And we have a sick like laser cage dungeon abduction laser thing. planned.
sick.
Oh, you're going all
Lasers
out.
and mirrors and
I'm so excited.
all over the fucking place.
So excited for this.
Yeah, we've been working on that, and it's fucking gonna be sick.
Hell yeah. I love lasers.
Lasers, lots of them.
One of my favorite things ever.
Yeah.
Give me like barely any lights at all and just lasers. And I'm happy.
Yeah. Same.
Speaking of lasers, do you see the production for Levities
Oh my God! Yeah.
That
This shit was nuts, dude.
incredible. That was like one of the coolest stage designs I've ever seen.
Same.
It
same.
was. It was.
They had the
over
colored
top.
fire,
Yeah.
which was
Colored
so.
fire?
Yeah, you
Oh, like
you
the
didn't see
pyro
that?
was.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
I
pyro.
didn't see that.
It was the first time I've ever seen
Damn.
anyone do that. And funny enough, Caleb
Yeah,
went to.
I just went to Trans-Siberian Orchestra at the Pepsi Center. I think maybe the same night or something. But
Yeah.
they also had like some Technicolor.
How many people are
fucking
in
flames?
that?
There's 2 guitarists, a bassist, a drummer. That's like the main core band, and then they have a couple singers that are
And
like
then
a part of the
14
band.
people on violin.
And
Yeah, don't they do, like, a
then they
whole-
have a violinist and one other guy. I think that's like a staple. And then they hire like whoever, like the Philharmonic from the town.
Damn,
Oh, that's cool.
That's sick.
Yeah,
That's such a
Organically
cool idea.
sourced.
Yeah, to play.
Farm to table.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I saw
And their
Table?
stage production like looked like Lost Lands. It was just
yeah,
like
I know. The,
insane lasers
Just
and
a rhythm
fire.
show.
You're just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what the? And it's just like, hallelujah. You're like, yes,
yeah.
Christmas music. Let's go.
I've
It's
seen them
wild.
before. It's
Yeah.
like it's almost more than a concert.
Yeah,
it's
but-
like
Yeah.
a fucking
It's like a
play
spectacle.
almost.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
You know,
But everybody's
like-
just sitting down. And I'm like, I mean, come on. Why is there no floor?
Dude, I saw Hans Zimmer there.
Oh, shit.
That was the most epic shit ever. They brought out like the OG guy that did like the Lion King, like, so like dude brought him out.
That's best case scenario.
It was so epic. I was like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, dude. Just like standing up, like,
Yeah.
my bad.
Dude, I want to see Hans Zimmer.
Dude, it was honestly
I didn't know
the best
he did.
He's
concert
got the
I think I've
bangers,
ever
dude.
seen. From like
Really?
a musical, like, dude, it was just so fucking incredible.
Yeah,
it was
like,
like a 30-piece, and it
all
was
the
mixed
hits.
so perfect. And yeah,
Yeah.
it was like Inception.
Right.
Played, was the other Interstellar?
Yeah.
Dude, just, like,
Interstellar,
so
yeah.
fucking epic.
Didn't he do Pirates of the Caribbean?
I was gonna say Pirates. Yeah.
He did
And
that.
Harry Potter. He
No,
also-
Harry
he-
Potter.
No,
that
I don't
was-
think he did Harry Potter.
Was that John
Do
Williams?
you guys have a fact check guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, where's our,
Do you guys have a
uh,
fact check guy?
Really? I thought it.
We're all
okay.
fact
Yeah,
check
I could be
guys.
wrong.
we all fact check it.
Yeah.
The fact check guy can never be on camera though.
Yeah.
That's part of the mystique of the show.
Yeah.
you know?
Correct.
But dude, fucking colored fire at your show is the coolest thing of all time.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's
fucking
not as
love that.
bright. It's like it's pretty dull. Like it looks weird. It kind of looks like just like some cotton candy is being blown out with
Oh.
like some dim lights on it. But
Yeah.
then you have like normal fucking
Fire.
pyro, and it's like it lights everything up, and then that comes out, and you're like, it's kind of dull. Like it's cool. You could tell what it is, but I don't think it's as cool as just like actual just.
Just giant reg OG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
OG
OG,
OG Fire
flames.
does
Yeah.
win always.
Yeah,
It's got a thing.
It's
I
so
don't know.
bright and intense.
Yeah.
Like
I need to look up that show you're talking about. Check it out at some point.
I would love to go to that. I remember years ago we were talking about it would be sick if somehow someone could do like giant smoke circles. If you like set up some machine where you could just produce like a
Oh,
5 to
no.
10 foot fucking O just
I didn't
over
see
the
that,
crowd.
Just,
but
just some giant.
No, it's not a. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes. You put
It's
the
actually
machine
French. They
in a
start
big
out
robot.
small and then they get big.
yeah.
I was actually just thinking that. Like, what if you made a smoke machine that could shoot out almost like a square of
Yeah,
smoke
square would be
that
sick.
gets gradually bigger, and then you blast that with lasers?
Yeah,
It'd almost
now
be
we're
like a
talking.
moving screen.
Right.
We're onto
Yeah.
If
something.
anyone out there who's listening can make this happen,
The problem
This
is
is
that
possible.
there's
my phone
usually
number is. No, I'm kidding.
pretty heavy airflow in buildings,
Yeah. Yeah.
so you would need.
To turn that off.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, just turn that off.
Just gotta get hot real quick.
You get on the mic, you're like, nobody move.
Nobody
real
fart.
quick.
Yeah.
We're gonna try something.
Everybody,
And then you just get a little poof,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, oh!
like, yeah, everyone loses their mind.
Could be
It would be
sick.
cool.
It's NBD. It's never been done. I want to fucking see that.
NBD.
NBD. Maybe
You
we'll
and
do
your
it.
kids in the lingo, dude. I'm too old for this.
It's also no big deal.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So.
We can do it easy.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. It's NBD.
Easy, son. So any new production things you guys are working on that's like been blowing your mind?
We were talking about Ableton releasing some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, production things. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have
what
to
I
talk a
been
little bit about
doing?
production things, guys.
You know, what have I been doing
the
lately?
people.
I've been really I have been writing a lot. I have, but any sort of new thing, not really, man. Just been writing a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of random shit and keeping it simple. And I've actually been almost in this phase more of using what I got.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
like I use my collections in Ableton like crazy, and anytime I find a good sound, I like save it. And I go through that a lot of times. I've just been like putting together a little musical piece. I guess a little something I've been doing.
There we go.
Piecing together samples, like
Yeah.
hip hop style samples,
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
effing style, pretty light style shit.
yeah.
Not from like one chop and trying to manipulate that one chop, but like taking like one piano chord and then a horn stab
Yep.
that's a different chord in the scale,
It's my
and then
favorite
like
thing
a
to do.
choir stab for the other chord. So like
Playing them
every
all in tandem, like at the same
yeah,
time.
well,
so
it's sometimes layered, yes,
Yeah.
but also like it'll be like so music
making
theory
a riff.
time. You know, if you're in minor, your 1 chord, 4 chord, and 5 chord are minor, right? That means your 2 chords diminish, blah blah blah. Your 3, 6, and 7 are major. So you know,
Fuck the 2 chords.
sorry I did all
hate
that
the
to
2
you guys.
chords.
Yeah,
Oh,
music theory.
Locrian.
But yeah, and so I know if I want to go like 1, 6, 4, 5 with a chord progression, I need a minor chord for the 1, a major chord for the 6, and a minor for the 4 and 5. And I find random stabs or like one chord, one melodic one shot or something like that. And then, you know, put a little communal verb on it all, you know, or maybe some like sample
Yeah,
processing.
Yeah, it's a riff.
You know, and
Yeah.
give it all the same seasoning on top of it, whatever it is, and then it sounds so cool.
Totally.
And then so I just actually wrote something in the time I woke up at 3 o'clock and came here. It was a little started thing, but it was really cool because I did that exact thing. And then fucking what I did was another cool production thing that's not quite Ableton, but kind of is Ableton. Then I've been taking it on this thing called a monome. So you guys ever heard of a monome?
Never.
Isn't that like the
It's a button grid, right?
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound special
Kinda
right
looks like
now.
that, but there's
yeah,
more
but
buttons.
there's like there's smaller buttons, and I have
Yeah.
the 8x16 one. I found out about it because Pretty Lights always used to use it to chop up samples and shit
Yeah.
like that. But
Yeah.
essentially, it's a very intuitive little box that runs a bunch of different apps, right? There's
Okay.
MLR, which is the sample chopping one, which is probably the most famous. There's like Flynn, which is this like weird arpeggiator thing that like sends kind of notes randomly on a loop, but they're not like quarter notes or eighth notes. They're just kind of all unsynced. It's really cool. It
Nice,
creates really
nice.
cool textures. There's a bunch of different apps you can load onto it.
Sick.
But the MLR one, it like the sample will tick across, and then if you kind of chop backwards, it just kind of plays from where it was. You can kind of hold and loop a tiny chunk really quick by like pressing one and then
Yeah.
pressing the one after it. You can like reverse by pressing one and pressing one before it, and it'll like reverse loop. And it's just like this really like intuitive
Yeah.
weird sample chop thing, and it's really fun to watch too. So like there's
okay.
a button to record the sequence because it'll just tick across normally and you can like jam it, but you press the button to record and then you press the sequence you want and then it loops the sequence.
Yeah.
And then it just starts lighting up and like
Right.
the lights
Yeah.
help so much.
You're
man.
like,
Sure.
oh, a little light show.
I turned mine off and I got the blinks going on. I'm all like, you know,
What's it called again?
a monome.
Monome.
Yeah, Norns is probably their most popular product, and you see a lot of like modular kids with it and shit like that. You
Right,
know,
right.
it's a really
Yeah, I think I've
interesting
seen it before.
timbrel
they're
generator
pretty
or
cool.
something they call it.
Sure.
But no, and then I just grab sounds from my library, man.
Right.
And those are like sounds I've made, presets I've liked, presets I've
Yeah,
modified, you know.
Yep, yep.
And I just been just grabbing sounds and like trying to stick really close to the idea of the song. And like, oh, so it's 1, 6, 4, 5. All right, cool. That's what my bass line needs to do, and like come up with cool, interesting like rhythms and shit in that. But I haven't been trying to blow my mind lately. I think I've just been kind of, you know, I feel like there's a point like we're always like exploring, and I've just been just like I'm gonna use what I got for a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Let's take the knowledge we've accumulated
before
and
these-
just play a little bit.
These sounds are trendy, you know, after a while, and
Yeah,
get, like
yeah.
you know,
Right.
played out or something, or you know,
Right.
just make a lot of stuff and have a bunch of fun. But
yeah, the simple tried and true sounds are, you know, good to go with sometimes, like your piano
Dude.
sounds, your good, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a really cool piano the other day. I have a piano at my house, like a shitty, like upright piano.
Sick.
It used to be at like an elementary school, and it's in my house. And
Lucky.
Cool.
I made a really cool piano at just one note, SM57, right in front of it.
Damn, hell
And
yeah.
I put it in a simpler.
Yeah.
It sounds so fucking cool, guys.
Oh,
I
it's
fucking-
works.
Yeah,
I
it
fucking
sounds
believe
so good. Like, put some reverb and delay on it, and it's like that one shitty note through the 57. It
Yeah.
sounds like creepy but soulful.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So I guess the moral of my story lately is I've been taking it really fucking easy.
Let's go.
And really just trying to like have fun, man. Like
Let's go.
I set up I have my downstairs studio, which is like, you know, all the inputs, all the synthesizers, drum kit, all the instruments, amps, all that shit, right? Everything. Recently set up a small studio in the upstairs. That's just the monome, a little like 21 key keyboard or whatever.
Damn, two
and the
studios,
computer.
living large.
So I
Let's
know,
go.
right? But one's a mini one, dude. It's just
Mini,
like
yeah.
there's no
Little
monitors or anything.
studio.
It's a headphone studio. So
It's like if I have no inspiration here, I can also have no inspiration upstairs.
Right.
No, but it's either one or the other, which is crazy.
Yeah,
I've
right.
been
No, I
finding
mean,
it's like if I'm
yeah.
not feeling creative enough to like dive full in downstairs and get into it,
Yeah.
like and make that my thing, like then I want to have a casual little sesh. You know,
Casual
it's like don't
sesh,
take
dude.
it so seriously all the time. You know,
Have a cash
have a
sesh, dude.
casual little free skate. You know, and see what happens. You know.
Yeah,
But,
I've been
um,
going in like just with the idea of like I'm going to make the song like as fast as I can, and I have every single time I've sat down in like 4 hours, I've basically made an entire song. Like the last 5
Fuck
sessions
yeah,
I've done,
dude.
I made like
Nice.
5 new songs in the last like couple of weeks. It's insane. Just
Fuck yeah.
I figured out this
Sell
really
me
cool
some gas.
idea of like every bass sound. Like I'm thinking of the whole song as like a big like like drumish like drum set with a bunch of percussive like elements, and think a bunch of different toms like whatever. And each bass sound is like imagine if you're doing this really complex beat with all this different syncopated stuff, but each
right.
bass sound is taking place of like what the tom would be, what
Right,
the blah blah blah. It's
right.
like this sound only works good right here in this part. I don't need to
Right.
try and use the same bass sound over and over again through the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Only use it if it sounds good right then, and find a whole new sound to put there, and you can just build out a song so much way faster that way. And I've just been like
weird.
cranking through like songs so fast. It's like, yeah, it feels good to like not really just almost think about it, just be more intuitive with your music creation process, and
Yeah.
just and just it just happens way easier that way.
Yeah.
Get out of that like overthinking mindset.
Yeah,
I hate
just
that,
fucking
dude.
trying
send it.
to
I don't think like ever. Why am I going to start now?
Yeah,
I'm
right
like
now.
writing music. dude.
Thoughts? Who needs them?
The fuck, brain.
Cool
Yeah.
production technique I've been doing though is instead of doing delays on things, if I want to delay out, I'll literally just take the last part of the sound and then cut it like as a audio
Yeah.
sample,
Yeah,
and then
manual
slowly,
delay?
and like it's like turn the volume down of each one as it hits, and like you could get way more time, better sounding like
Dude.
delays. Like it's it's effectively the same thing,
Right,
And
right.
it just you can like time everything way better. I like just did this flip of Lights by Ellie Goulding.
It's
Oh.
Yeah, I'm fucking stoked
so
on it. It's one
fire.
of the better songs I've written in a long time. And
Let's go. Oh, damn. Okay.
like I like it's like they show the lights, and I did like lights, like and I just like copy that over and over again, like the and, like over the drop, and it just it sounds really fucking cool that way. I tried doing it with with delay originally, and it just wasn't working. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to try to figure out the correct like dry wet
You have so
and
much
everything. And,
more
like,
control over the volume of the delay, which can be kind of like annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll find myself I'm just going to delay this way too long and then print it and then cut it
Yeah,
short.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I
yeah.
can get like steady volume out of it.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I did that recently in a drop with delay because like I've always thought like, oh, you can't put delay on your basses because it's going to cause phase problems. But it's like, do what you want, have fun, you know?
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Well, the phasing
and
sounds
so
cool.
I was like,
Yeah.
I wanted the delays to like cut off, so I just started doing that instead. And like I was able to filter it and shit like that, and turn the volume down and cut it after like 3 delays, like boom.
Yeah.
Which cluster delay by Minimal Audio does really well, which is really cool. You can control the amount of repeats, which gives it a really cool.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Minimal Audio is badass.
yeah,
I
minimal.
wanna
They're
shout
making
them
some
out.
of the best stuff for real.
That's great. I've never seen a delay where you can control like I want it to happen this exact number of times, and then it just kills itself. That's
Yeah.
fucking sweet.
I use like I don't know what it is in Bitwig, but in Ableton Utility, and I'll just like have it and then just cut
Right,
everything to zero.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
We have a tool. That's the exact same thing,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Tool.
Yeah, it's a tool, dude.
A fun move I like to do with the manual delay thing is slowly like shorten the sound over time as the delay's happening. So if you have like a big like quarter note thing
Oh, yeah.
and you're duplicating that, you can have it like shape down and get like tighter and tighter. And I don't know, it just creates this like weird effect that like I don't think
Yeah.
you can
You
do
can do the
in theory with
opposite
just
as
a
well.
regular delay. Or the opposite, yeah. Have it start super tight and expand.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, manual delays are the fucking
Yeah,
shit.
Delay's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to play in like a post-rock band when I was younger, which is like Explosions in the Sky, shit like that. I'd do always like delay pedal solos.
yeah.
I had a Memory Boy pedal, and it was awesome because like analog, so it clips and doesn't
Oh,
get too
yeah.
loud. But like essentially, you start playing with the time, and you can kind of like it goes like starts pitching up and down.
Yeah,
and You
right.
can like
Pitch
lock it
drift.
in and control it, and like so you can get it to a note. It's kind of like tuning. It's like.
Oh,
That's cool.
And you like kind of play notes with it.
Oh, weird.
But yeah, I actually did also sort of try to. My memory boy broke. I need to fix it. There's something. One wire's just somewhere. But I love that pedal because it has a vibrato and the shit too. So it'll like LFO the time a little bit.
Let's
so
go.
it creates like a little
Let's go.
vibrato-y pitch thing, and you can do all these crazy sounds with delay.
I fucking love delay so much.
Yeah.
Delay, it's weird how much you can do with it.
Yeah.
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 Kind
All
of
those like
fucking
Pink
insane.
Floydy spacey sounds, like a lot of times, like I always thought that was some sort of weird, sample and hold synthesizer type thing or something. But I found that it is just a lot of like one note and then just lots of feedback and like clipping that feedback and moving the time around and playing with it, and you get all these like insane spacey sounds.
Right.
There's this one song I have where I have like a single note that hits like F and then like the minor third up from that, and then like delays like this really long delay that hits on like the F hits on the 1, and then the next note comes in the third, like whatever in, and then they start bouncing off of each other, and it creates like a diatonic minor third kind of thing via the delays.
Polyrhythm in between like a polyrhythm and an interval.
Yeah,
right?
that's so fun.
The delays tails hit so long that they catch together, and then the tones together create like a chord. You
I see
could
what you're
build that.
saying.
You could build it technically. You could put like the fifth as well, and then have like your whole like minor triad or whatever the chord is. But
Dude,
yeah, it's a really cool
yeah.
way to like play with delays, and it like gives it this like cooler like I don't know. Like just the way like the delay pushes into the mix, it's more like side information, and it like can sound really fucking just big and like it sounds really good in the mix.
Have you guys ever fucked with like doing that concept with reverb? So if you flatten a reverb throw, and you like reverse it or something, and then you just duplicate the channel and put it up to like 7 semitones up, get a fifth, and like make little like reverb chords.
Yeah. Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
that's my fucking favorite thing
that
to
shit
do.
is
That's
so
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
I actually, in my template, in every track, I have this already in there, and I call it a tonal reverb generator.
Okay.
And essentially, it's just a little quick sine wave pluck. Like, dude, it's basically an impulse response, right? And then I trigger the reverb with that with like a 12-second decay time, and then I hit the freeze on the reverb. Right, and then you have the in button on the Ableton Reverb too, so you can keep adding more notes. So if I'm in like E minor, I'll do E, B, and a next like E a fifth, and the next octave up or something like that. And then you render that out afterwards. So you just record that onto another track, and now you have this like
you just like
kind
make
of
a little pad.
It's like a like reverb, but it's in the key of your song.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is really fucking cool. And then I always take that and pitch that up in the build too.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden the background just kind of is like,
Yeah,
and it's
right.
like, what's going on?
Yep.
And we flanger it a little bit.
I've been
from feeling
experimenting with doing
Dude.
that same sort of concept, like recording the whole song or whatever, or like hitting like a freeze or whatever and getting like a tail that's like inside of like the tonality of the song, and then just dropping it like 30 dB or 20 whatever lower than the rest of the song, and just have it going under the entire time in the song. It's almost like its own like
Nice.
dither or whatever.
Nice.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you sidechain that too, and it would like whop, whop, like
and just real low.
pumps
It's just
a
like
little.
it kind of puts it on this. It's like what you do with like the space sounds, how you put that
a nice
shit.
one.
Oh yeah,
right
I
there.
have this one. I have this like 4-minute
called,
loop
like, outer
of
space.
UFO
Yeah.
sci-fi effect sounds.
Yeah.
There's this one dude. I used to sell weed to him, and he
Shout out.
He
Shouts.
just one day, real nice
Big
guy.
up.
He's like, hey, I saw this and I thought of you, and it was like a 5-minute YouTube video of space sounds. thanks, Pete.
Actually, this
you
is
know me
clutch
so
as
well.
fuck.
And I just like, he's like, hey, you can use it in your music. I was like, that's a fucking good idea, dude. I was like, yeah. So I put that whole thing in the background of like so many songs, and I sidechain
nice.
it, and it like serendipitously always sounds fucking awesome too.
It's like it's holding it into like this space. Yeah, it's like how like vinyl.
It's holding the
like,
spaceship
vinyl
together.
crackles and
Yeah,
like older.
it's like
Oh, yeah.
the cheap glue. It's like the what's
Yeah.
the Flex Seal?
Yeah.
It's the Flex Seal to
Yeah,
my
exactly.
music. Yeah,
I've been
Yeah.
putting like in that lights flip that I just did, like at the drop I put like a there's like some recording of like a crowd like cheering at like a football game. It's like
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
and, like I put that at the drop, and it just makes it sound like so much bigger.
Yeah.
It's a really cool. I've actually done it in a couple songs, but it's just I feel like it's I don't know if that's what Skrillex ever did, but I feel like in that
Oh, no, totally.
Equinox
Totally
first of the
does.
year, he
Yeah.
like has that in the drop, or it sounded like it, and I was like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to replicate that, and I've just like put that into a bunch of songs over the years that drops.
Yeah, we talk
he-
about putting noise in your tracks all the time on this
Oh, yeah.
pod.
The noise
yeah.
floor.
It's
crucial.
It doesn't really matter what it is, just some kind of floor
Yeah.
just helps helped like the context
Right.
of everything.
Yeah, there
So
was a
nice.
recording. I need to grab it. Of we were walking just like through town, and there's like a big glass overhang, but we're kind of outside, so there's like a little bit of birds chirping.
Yeah.
And but then there's just like atmosphere. It's not very much at all, but you put it in the song, and it's like whoa. It's like feels like it's a room now somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, I was making like jazzy hip hop beats for a while, just like playing all these like
Yeah.
cool like guitar, like weird jazz nerd chord stuff, and like
Okay.
doing like hip hop stuff. Like,
Nice.
but then I would like rip like things from like YouTube of like 10 hours of like a coffee shop in France or whatever. It's just like
Exactly.
and I just like put
Exactly.
that into the
Yep.
song, like make it sound like
Baller
like
move.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's an interesting plugin that I got for free, actually. I don't know if it's free anymore, but it's like a room emulator plugin. So there's this dude, Sam Pura, who goes by Purified Audio. He mostly records like hardcore metal bands and stuff like that. So I got like a cool guitar amp thing in there too. He gave like a bunch of stuff away for free and broke the internet for a second. But he's got this room emulator. I put it on a return track. And every once in a while, like run the drums or some other things through it, and it's like that noise that like fills stuff out.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's weird. I always feel like there's like some weird tricks that people don't talk about sometimes.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Or it's like it's
that's
done
like
more.
that's like one of them. I feel like of like three maybe. There's
Yeah.
not that many. I feel like
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like fill up that empty space back there sometimes. Like, but I used to think there were way more. I guess
I
is my
know,
point.
right,
Like
yeah.
there's so many secrets.
Well, it's the
Not really.
finessing of the secrets really
Yes.
is where it
Yeah.
all comes down.
Especially these days when most people are super open to talking about all the secrets, and there's a million tutorials and
Yeah.
Patreons and all this shit. Everyone knows the secrets, so you have to fucking tweak it or do some weird
Yep.
thing with
Yeah.
the
Right.
secret if you
all
want to
my
try
secrets are literally $15 a month on Patreon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I talked to my mom and some other people. Always said $15 sounds about right for
Which
all
conveniently,
your
that's how much.
secrets.
That's how much the Black Friday ticket sale is for the Cervantes show.
Oh,
so
can we
15
get a
bucks
sound
right now.
for
Can we
that
get that
too?
pew pew
Yeah,
pew
yeah,
pew?
yeah.
God damn.
Cervantes, December 4th mention.
December 4th, Cervantes. Be
Going
there.
to be fun. You like how I did the delay myself? dude?
Yeah, do manual delay.
Oh, yeah. You should have just
Yeah.
moved slowly with it.
Right. Me and Joe could have been backup singers for you. We're just like,
Damn. Yeah, we almost look like a
You hit the
shitty boy
fifth year
band.
to my
No, a great boy band. What are you
Yeah,
guys talking
there you
about?
go.
You'd be a sick boy band.
Dude,
Yeah.
the Wax Street Boys, let's go.
yeah, let's go. Wax Street Boys. Did you guys see that Skrillex put out stems for the first time
He
ever?
put out stems?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. So it made me think when you were talking about the crowd chants, you know how he's like kind of going back to his like bro step era stuff for some things? So he put out stems for one of those songs, his song Fuse with
ISOXO.
ISOXO, yeah.
Yeah.
And on the drop, there's just a big old fucking crowd.
Is there? Okay,
Yeah.
so I wasn't
That's
crazy for
funny.
thinking that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thanks,
Also-
Sonny.
Some of the thanks, Sonny. You're the man. He did this cool thing with the intro where there's like little like twinkly chime sounds. And what I think he did is he like chopped up the sound to be a little more rhythmic instead of just like a, like wandering kind of thing.
Yeah.
And in the song, you don't really hear it, but if you just solo like the effects channel, you hear it's just like a rhythmic chime. And I don't know, I thought that was cool.
Something probably really loose, right? Like an actual
Yeah.
like wind chime, like no tempo
Yeah.
or nothing, and
Yeah,
then he
yeah.
chopped it down. Dude, yeah. That's what I love about my monome thing too. I take shit like that, one chord of something, right, and just chop up the tail of it between like 16 slices, and you get this like, bah, 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 bah. It's so sick.
Yeah, it's a fucking
Yeah.
cool move.
That's cool. He put out stems.
How many?
Put out
man.
stems,
How
yeah.
many like separate tracks was it?
It's only like 5. There's a bunch of things
Yeah, it's
grouped
all
together.
grouped,
So it's
Okay.
not
Yeah.
all the secrets.
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
not all the
Getter
secrets.
is like posting projects.
Yeah, he
project
started his
files
Patreon.
on Patreon. It's
Yeah.
like $18 a month to see
Yeah, he's giving it away.
everything.
He's about to make some money.
We're all
dude.
just giving it away, man.
Yeah, thank God.
But it's good because
Time.
you know what, man? I want there to just be better music in the world.
Same.
Same.
You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
I want as much good music.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm hoping for another second coming of like a golden era of dubstep. You know, I
Dude.
want to like. I feel like it's
Yeah.
at the cusp of some people like starting to make some really cool shit again. It's kind of. I feel like there's been a little bit of a lull for a while.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
lately I've been hearing some pretty cool shit again.
It was even exciting seeing the like garage influence that's kind of taken over dubstep recently.
Yeah.
I
like
made a garage track.
let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
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 Like this was the first time other than like color bass, but that was a thing. But this was the first time I was like, oh, the whole scene is like trying to get a a little more groovy
Shifting.
or like shifting as a whole. Yeah.
Yeah, away from tech house.
Away from
away
You can't-
from
you
away
can't
from
kill
tear
Tech House,
out.
I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, that's a staple forever. Yeah. The one thing that sucks about the Skrilly boy stems is they don't give you the drums. Yeah, they're keeping that was one of the main things I wanted. Yeah,
Man,
So cheesy.
I
bro.
know the motherfucker.
Yeah,
Damn.
those
Such a
are-
troll.
those are-
I'll
Yeah.
give them 5,
good.
and
Yeah.
they won't be the drums.
Yeah, right. But you get
Okay.
everything else, which was at least cool to see. Like, because Skrillex, as far as I know, has like never talked about production other than that one video where
He's got
like,
a couple
I
weird
layered
videos.
claps. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then there's like
interview clips.
he did the thing for those 2 songs where he like recorded his DAW and
Oh.
everyone freaked out and tried to be like, all right, what can we figure
Yeah,
out
he
from
was
this?
trying to
Like just looking at
slowing it down.
yeah, I think
yeah.
Colin, Big Nut Chuck. What up, boy?
What up, boy?
Shout
Big
out.
Nut?
Colin.
He like went through that video and like really dissected it and like
Nice.
figured out what he was doing and like did all like the separate like
3 different pre-master
clipping
chains.
on
Yeah.
all the separate buses, putting
Yep.
like
Yep.
limiters on all the buses. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
We
Yeah.
tried it.
We tried it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
that
an
shit was-
augmented version off of that though.
Yeah.
But it's like 5 years removed now.
Yeah.
And optimized stuff. Yeah. But
Yeah, I do a similar thing. Mine just got simpler though. Like I remember at first we had like 3 sends the way he was doing it or something. Like he did a cool breakdown.
kick
Oh
breakdown was
yeah,
good.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. You did.
And that's where like I think we all learned it. Like I definitely didn't take the time to dissect it. I was like, I'm not
Oh
gonna
no.
fucking like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But
No.
he was like, yeah, here's just a cool way to like send these specific things to your master and master that together and like let your vocals be over the top and then do blah 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 or like whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And nowadays I have that like a little pre-master and I honestly don't even really use it. It's there for like my sidechain.
Yeah.
And then nothing else really happens to it.
I foolishly just started putting saturation on my master bus. I never had before until recently.
Oh,
and I've been using like
the
Saturn.
clipping.
Okay.
And it like
Okay.
really lightly though, but it just pushes like
Right,
it like
right.
just glistens
Oh.
in
Like a
all the
tube
good
or-
places. Like Saturn, it's just like a
Saturn Fab Filter.
Yeah, Fab Filter Saturn.
Right,
You
but
can
you can select the type of distortion you're
yeah, like
using.
tube
Yes,
or
and
I don't
also
know
you
exactly
can
which
put
one.
the distortion amount on an envelope follower, so
true.
it'll move a little bit more when it hits harder, which makes it bounce really well.
That's cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it's just like this very light amount. I like have it set to like 10%.
Right.
Okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, just
Right.
a little something.
Yeah, but
Right
it just
around top.
it really changes and like makes your mixes like that really good brightness that
Nice,
you like to
okay.
have in track. It's
Yeah.
like it follows like the Fletcher Munson curve too. I feel like with like
Yeah.
all those like nice glistening like
Sure,
parts
sure.
that your ear wants to hear and picks up well.
Are you doing like a multi-band thing with it or just
Yeah, it's multi. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a
cool.
multi-band thing.
Cool.
It's just 4 separate, but it's not really hitting in anything below like 140. You
Yeah.
know?
Okay.
It's really
I
just for
needed
everything
more
like.
things to put on my master.
I keep mine so simple.
Yeah.
Dude, I have so much shit
Mine
on my
is-
master.
mine
Do
is-
you?
Dude, I feel like I'm starting to hoard on my master bus.
No
Like,
shit.
Really,
it's
dude,
so-
I'm the opposite.
I have so much. It's
Yeah.
all like very simple, minimal shit though. But it's like,
it's time to play
big
What's
thing-
on Your Chain.
yeah,
What's on your chain?
All right, you go first. What's on your chain?
Oxford inflator.
Okay.
No, what's it called? Spectre. It's like
Okay,
a.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
a.
yeah.
Oh.
What would you consider that?
Oh wait, no,
It's
I'm
like a
thinking of
harmonic
Spitz.
distortion.
Smart.
Yeah.
Is that
Smart.
the rainbow
It's got colors.
blaster?
It's a multi-band distortion if I'm thinking
There's
the
different
right one.
skins for it.
It's like Gullfoss, I thought too, but only with like the boosting. It's like
No,
a
it's
smart
like you
EQ.
push it. It's like a EQ, but it doesn't move. It's not like an intelligent EQ that moves during it. You just.
Oh,
It's
okay,
just
you
that's,
just
that's not what I was
distort-
thinking.
yeah.
Based on bell,
Spectre
a bell
SP.
on a graphic EQ.
Yeah, I got that, and I got fuck. What else? Definitely, I have Imager for my field.
Yeah.
And then I have Pro Q3, and I've been honestly like boosting my mid register, like doing like
Sure.
to like
Really?
A big old
Yeah.
bell.
Love that.
just
Interesting.
over the whole
He
master.
loves boosting the mids.
Okay.
That-
It was
that's how
like
you
that
get your
on
mixes
collabs.
sounding
I
loud.
love
Yeah.
boosted mids.
They sound
Sure.
chunky. And
Yeah.
I think it sounds
Yeah.
cool as
Yeah.
hell.
It sounds
Yeah.
great live
So-
too
Yeah.
because it cuts
a
through
lot
the
of
room.
Exactly.
a lot of
Sure.
bass music is like
so
lows
smiley.
and like
And the-
crispy highs.
yeah.
It's like this.
But
Yep.
to bring the meat in the middle
Yeah,
there,
Yeah.
Oh, the old meat in the middle.
Dude, you need that middle meat.
meat in the
meat
mids.
in the middle.
We have the meat.
Meet me in the middle.
We got
Yeah.
well, what else do I got?
Oh wait. With the EQ, are you Are you setting it to like linear phase or natural phase? Or
I'm
are
putting
you
it
just...
to natural phase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So staying
Nice
aware of like
detail.
transients and
Yes, that
fucking
is.
bullshit.
Yes. Natural phase. Yeah, because I'm not rolling anything off. I don't really think that linear phase is really applicable.
Linear
in that
phase
case.
causes pre-delay too.
It does. You can get some
Yeah.
pre-ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got that on there. I got 2 different Pro L2s.
Oh,
One to put because I feel like because people like slam the single one and like,
Yeah.
but if you just do like instead of doing like plus 12, you just why not split and do plus 6
Correct.
with both, and you're not pushing
Right.
the physical
I agree.
like you're not pushing as much. And I'm doing 2 different ones. I do like the first one. I think I've been doing like aggressive, and then the second one all around like the
Right,
settings and
right,
like that
right.
all around one. It just gets so fucking loud. Like
That's a good point.
my like the LUFS meter, which doesn't really matter. It's all kind of arbitrary, but it's hitting at like -4 on most of my
Let's go.
tracks now.
Big ups.
The one, that I was working on yesterday, it was like -3.4.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this
Occasionally
shit
it would be
is
like,
fucking-
oh my god, this is way too loud. I
yeah,
need
and
to
then
go
I'm
back
like,
and
I never had the problem where I had to
unclip some
turn
things.
it down
Yeah.
before. I'm like,
I've had to do
it
that.
was like,
It's
oh, I need to
it's
try
like
and
you're
get it louder.
speeding. You're doing. I'm doing 50 over.
Yeah,
I
right.
should go.
I got it.
This is a
Chill.
school
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah. I've had a couple of
We're
those.
at great risk for
Yeah.
people's ears bleeding at this point.
And I got Golfos on
Yeah,
the master as
okay.
well. And then I figured out if you or whatever the very right one is, like setting boost. It's
Yeah.
boost. If you go negative, it actually gets brighter and louder instead of going positive. It's really weird. I don't know why.
Interesting.
But yeah,
Interesting.
I've
I
been
haven't
dragging
done
it
that before.
downward instead of upward. It's been making my mixes like louder and brighter doing it that way. And then I'll like roll off. I won't like have
Right,
Golfos affect
right.
the low end at all.
Right.
I just
Yeah,
only want to
same.
do like 200 hertz and above.
Yeah.
And then, the limiters are last. And then honestly, I've been putting a utility on my master, and then I've been like, before the drop, I've been putting everything like -1
Yeah.
dB, and then when
Yeah.
the drop hits,
Yeah.
have it at Unity.
Have it pop. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Been doing that. And then obviously, what's it called? Voxango span.
Sure.
Just to see what I'm
Your
doing.
analyzer.
Yeah, just to see how much my mix is fucked up
Yeah.
visually, not only audibly.
I'm a big visual guy.
Yeah, it's basically that. There might be 1 or 2 other things on there. Yeah, Saturn 2 I've been putting on there. And then I feel like there's one other thing I've been putting on. Sometimes I'll have 2 different EQs on. But
Yeah.
Grain delay.
glue
Grain delay
compressor.
the master.
Duh. That's
Grain
the
delay
glue
and
compressor.
Bengay.
I
Yeah.
try to have it hit so it's catching like to negative or to like 2 dB, 2.5 dB, and I'll
So
hit that
it's
with a
bouncing.
makeup gain. Yeah, just so it's enough. Attack all the way down, release, or attack as long as it could go, release as quick as it could go, and then
Right. It's just kind of capturing meat.
yeah, exactly. Just to kind of glue it all together and just give it a little bit more boost in volume, and yeah, it's basically that's my full master.
My chain is I have
need
2
to
different chains.
update.
They're not.
What's your
There's not a
chain?
lot going on there, guys. So
Okay.
literally, what I have in my
That
template,
makes me feel better, 'cause
what
I was like,
have in
fuck,
my
am I
template
blowing it on my masters?
is nothing but glue compressors, barely doing anything. So on my drum bus, I have the attack set to 30, so it catches that. That little pop, so I get a little transient on there. So there's my transient shaping on my drums. Soft clip on them on the drums group and the sidechain group. And then I have like a not sidechain group for vocals and anything else. And like that's got a high pass on it at 100 hertz that I turn off when there's no sub. But like I keep that clean so there's no low end pollution, because that's the first thing to muddy up when you get loud. But I just like get a little bit of compression on the drum bus, the sidechain bus, and make sure that soft clip is lighting up. I'm getting some soft clipping. And like my sidechain, I use the GM audio ducker. And it makes sure I get that whole kick, so there's no wallop at the end,
Right.
That helps with loudness too, because like it's hard to notice where that's coming from when you have the tail of your kick is like the side chain's coming up before the kick
Yeah, it's good to
finishes.
have an
You get this
oscilloscope.
like, all the time, and it like you're like, why I want to get loud? Why does it sound like crap? But you get that tight, and it's good. And then the high passes to make sure there's no low end pollution, and that's like it. And then master bus is like there's 2 ways I go about it depending on the track, and like a loud banger, like rude ass, like
A rude boy.
Yes, exactly.
A sheller.
I'll put sometimes I'll put the U80 Pultec EQ. Sounds amazing. I've messed with a lot of the U80 plugins and never really noticed any substantial difference, but this one's just like boost, attenuate, and like select a freak. It's like so simple. It's like this old
Does it
school.
clip?
Okay.
It's got built-in like like saturation
Right,
kind
right,
of,
right,
you
right.
know, like the gear sound.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
does, and it sounds amazing. And it's
Okay.
like, so you can like, there's two knobs, they both go the same way, right? But one says boost and the other says attenuate for the same frequency band. And it's like, wow, this thing must be old. That's stupid, right? That why would there be a boost and attenuate for the same frequency? But I found out, studying the history of the gear, that it creates this really cool like slope when you like boost and attenuate at the same, not the same amount, obviously,
Sure.
but it sort of like compresses and reshapes the slope in a really like awesome way.
Right.
Huh.
And so like I boost it and then I'll attenuate it a little bit, and it just gets the highs like so dialed in and tight and juicy, and I might touch the lows a little bit, but like that's it. And I just clip that shit like 6 to 8 decibels in the red on the
Sure.
master.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay.
that's it for that way. It's just getting your volumes right in the mix,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
having
totally.
your meat and potatoes, which is your drums and your sidechain group.
Yeah.
You know, and getting that like at the same volume, just pumping, and then everything else floats, right? Like the vocals and the instruments, it's kind of
Right.
just wherever it needs to be.
Yeah.
I make sure to add depth to it in the intro. I use a lot of delay, you know, things that long decay to show the bottom of the mix before I fucking slam it. And then that's like it, man. And I just clip it, and like I might EQ out with like Pro Q.
Do you use multiband
Like,
compression on the master? at all?
Nope, only on the bus. So I'll do that on my drum bus
On the
too.
bus, okay.
I do a multi-band dynamics from Ableton,
Just
which
the
is
drums.
notoriously a
Okay.
shitty
Yeah.
plugin, you know. But I just turn down those thresholds on the right a little bit till I get like a little bit of like gain reduction. And I see on the left how much gain reduction I'm getting, and I just add that right back on the drums. Now the drums pump and have the sizzle,
Yeah,
and I can
okay.
lock in the frequencies really easy. And yeah, I've just like we were saying, like writing a lot has gotten me used to just putting things in the right place and using
Yeah.
sounds that I know are good. I use the same drums. Like I put out a sample pack, and
I
I've
use a
been
lot of the
using
same drums.
Yeah,
same
same.
kick almost. In
Yeah,
like,
I have
and
like
I use all the
6
drums from
kicks I
my
cycle
sample
through.
pack, and I know
There
they
you go.
sound good. And
Which I
Yeah.
will say though, using the same kick in every song though, like if you're making two things that are like both in E, you will hear phase cancellation as you're mixing your songs
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
live.
yeah.
I like you have to make sure you EQ them like different, like do some like little mini comb filter
yeah,
depths
that's so
or something.
funny.
Because I was
Pitch
mixing in
them.
the song, I was like, oh no, I was like,
Oh, that's
I like purposely like
hilarious.
pushed it off a little bit, like on the
Right,
jogged on the
right.
CDJ, so
Yeah.
so it would like come
it was
through.
perfectly
Dude, it was
canceled.
wild.
You
I was
just
like,
flip. That's funny.
I'm like,
Just flip the
there's
phase,
like 3 people,
and then it just
oh,
goes
right.
away.
Yeah, true.
Its kicks are gone.
You
You're
need
like,
to put a
what?
phase flip button on the CDJs. They do need to do that.
That
Yeah.
actually would be
An
phase
crazy.
overall phase flip on the. Actually,
Damn,
that'd be a great
that'd be
idea.
a cool idea. Actually.
That would be crazy. Yeah. For a specific moment like that, where you're
Yeah,
like,
where
oh,
I'm
wait,
like, I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't use the exact same kick over and
Yeah.
over again.
No, but my other mastering way too is also very simple. Usually EQ out resonance or something. Possibly I'll soothe the small range too. I don't like to soothe the whole thing. But then I use ozone maximizer. And I use the stabilizer in there too. It's kind of like a Golfos thing, but it always raises up my mids. And Joe's always telling me to raise my mids.
Yeah.
So I put that in there and it does it
Nice,
for me.
nice.
And then I use Newfangled Elevate.
I'm gonna get that. I'm getting that for Black Friday.
Yo,
I'm
this
getting
thing is
that.
gas
Dude,
limiter, dude.
Elevate,
it's got the clipper
so
in it.
good.
It's
Yeah.
got the 26 bands of individual limiting.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
graphic,
it's a spectral
It's-
limiter.
Yeah,
yeah.
it does.
It's a graphic
You can
EQ,
limit
yeah.
each band more or less.
Yeah.
So if
Dang,
like you're,
oh,
if you're
shit,
120s
that's sick.
bumping in the limiter, you can just pull it down
Damn,
there.
that's
As
wild.
you should go fix it in the mix, guys.
Yeah.
Of course. But if you're just really tired, you know,
Dude,
like I am.
also their saturator is what I use on the master. It's called Saturate. It's a spectral saturator. Fucking insane.
I have that because I got in the bundle and I've never opened it once.
Play
But
with
now
it.
I'm going to.
Se-
Damn.
Seppa put me onto that.
I might
he was
try
like,
that instead of
Seppa's shit is
Saturn
crispy
on my
too.
master.
Yeah.
yeah, play around, see if you
Yeah.
fuck with it. Like,
Yeah, the
I,
Eventide thing is I can't that thing, like I'll put Pro L on it and do the same amount of gain reduction, and Pro L will be hitting like 7.5 lufs.
Yeah.
I put the Eventide on there, same amount of gain reduction with like a decibel of that like hard clipping or soft clipping, whatever sounds best, and then it's like 4 lufs.
it's just,
I'm like, what the hell is the difference?
The ones and
Like,
zeros are just
this
more
thing's like a
reactive.
freaking yeah.
Right.
I don't know how
Ford Taurus,
shit
and
works.
this
I just
thing's
know
like
how
a
to.
fucking
Like, I could not build
Thunderbird
this. I
over
could talk
here,
into
dude.
it though. You know.
Right.
I don't know how this stuff works.
I can tell if it sounds good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
yeah. I need to fuck with Elevate more though, for sure.
Yeah, I usually just use the clipping and the input gain. That's really, and if I do have other problems or something, I will mess with the 26 band thing. But
Yeah, yeah.
that
Have you
limiter
ever
is so
experienced
good.
with using both the L2 and
Yeah, and I like just the
together?
Elevate. I don't like the way L2 sounds.
Really?
Yeah. I also really believe
love
in my
that.
method of maximizing first
Oh,
and
yeah.
then limiting, because
Well, also, if
maximizing is
you're-
upwards compression and limiting's downwards compression. So you're kind of squeezing it from both sides. I
Right.
feel like I can bring the bottom
You're
up
OTTing.
until I get a little
Like
Joe
THD,
right now,
you know, a little
in between
distortion,
us.
and then
Yes.
push the top down, and it's like, yeah.
I am the mid register right now.
I haven't been doing much upwards compression on my master
Well,
recently.
when you're
I
going
should do
into
a
the
little
red,
bit of that.
Yeah.
When you mix into the red, is that like clipping? Is the master bus clipping when you do that?
Yeah. So I think it's hard clipping. I'm not exactly
Yeah.
sure, but the Ableton Master Bus does have clipping,
Yeah.
and each individual channel. And I believe, don't
'Cause it's
quote me on this,
32-bit
but
flip
I
point,
remember
right?
hearing that the master channel clipping is different than the individual channel clipping. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like
That's
I
a question for
remember.
Mr. Bill.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
would
so the
know.
individual channels just go like 16-bit then?
No.
Or 24?
No, everything's
No.
32.
Yeah, it
Everything's
depends-
32.
Yeah, everything's
Okay.
32. So you'd have to. Well,
Yeah, I don't
can
know.
you change it when you freeze and flatten? Can you flatten and add a different bit rate? I don't know. in
Yeah.
Ableton.
Well, there's your record bit rate, your monitoring bit rate.
You can
Yeah.
bounce at 16, 24, or
Right.
32.
Right.
I think
so
you're-
Well, the recording is automatically goes to 32. I'm
Yeah.
pretty
So-
certain.
so
it's
is-
a preference though in
Yeah,
Ableton.
so as
but
long
yeah.
as you're
Oh.
set to 24 or below, then it will clip.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it sounds great. I've A-B'd it with stuff, and
Sure,
I'm like,
man.
damn,
Yeah, I've done
this
mixes
track
for him.
only blow it up. I feel like I call it the panini analogy. So it's like when the track is just like a Cubano sandwich, it's like meat, cheese, mustard, and pickles. Like you can put that in the panini press and like press
Slam
on it and
it.
heat it up, and you won't ruin the meat, the cheese, the
No.
pickles, or whatever. You're just going to make that stuff better, honestly.
Damn, this is, I love
That's
this
a great
analogy.
analogy.
know,
That's
But
a
when you
great
have
analogy.
a sandwich that's got like sprouts on it and sliced tomatoes and like, you know, it's on some whole grain, you
really
know, or
floury.
something. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
and you know, you squish that in a panini press, you're going to ruin that lettuce. That lettuce is going to taste like shit, you know, when you
Right.
get it all hot. Right,
Yeah.
and that's like your lush chords
gonna
and
wilt.
stuff like that. Like Emancipator would never put his sandwiches in a panini press. You know, those things got sprouts on them.
Correct.
Subtronics, dude, that's meat and cheese, bud.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
all
that's
meat.
just
All
grilled
that
cheese.
stuff sounds good
That's
with a
maybe
little more
only meat.
distortion.
There's no
on it.
meat.
Yeah.
It's just cheese.
It's just
Yeah, it's a grilled
cheese,
cheese.
bro.
That is a grilled cheese.
He making grilled cheese, son.
Dude, making
Rob, I'm now remembering
Quesadillas.
from the last episode that you are analogy
Quesadillas.
god.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. He's so good.
The what?
Your analogy god.
Oh, I love
remember that the last
analogies,
episode
dude.
you were just dropping all of the best
I've probably dropped
analogies.
that one on
We
the
get
last
some
pod,
ridiculous
too,
analogies
but
going sometimes, for
I've
sure.
always
Let's
had to,
go,
I've
yeah.
been teaching for a while because like
Right.
I've always decided, you know, from a young age that I'm highly unemployable and I hate having a boss and stuff
Sure.
like that. So I started teaching probably earlier than I could, but like I finally like coming to understand it. Like the only way I could really tell people was like it's like your kitchen at home, man. It's
Right.
like your sample library, dude. It's like your pantry, dude. You know, like you got to get the food you like in your pantry. You don't want to make spaghetti with udon noodles. You know, like you just don't do that.
Yeah,
don't write
don't do
dubstep
that.
with house kicks. You know? But yeah, the analogies are
love it.
fun, and music is just so analogous to life, dude.
Yeah.
It really is.
Especially with cooking metaphors or food metaphors.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
For whatever. And surfing.
Producing. Nice. Nice.
Also, speaking of newfangled, have you guys played with their? Or I guess you don't have it yet, but have you played with the transient shaper?
No,
Dude, spectral transient shaper, and it's similar
In
to
Ableton?
What makes it
No,
like?
it's
What's the
newfangled
spectral
audio.
part of
Oh,
it?
newfangled audio.
So it has like 24 or 36 bands from low to high range, and you can control how much you're transient shaping or how much you're pushing each individual
That's
band.
sick.
It's fucking crazy.
That's
that's
a great
cool.
it's
idea.
so insane. Yeah, for
Yeah.
like
That's
percussion.
good for I was gonna say kicks or like I do a lot of those like plucky basses, so that would be
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good at
Cool.
that like 4K transient.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and those bass sounds.
It's an absurd transient shaper. Like, if anyone's familiar with Stab ST4B, that's like a beta version, I guess you want to call it. It's just like a 4-band.
Damn.
Yeah, I still love it.
Call
I
them
use
out.
it. I use it.
God damn, bro.
I've
But
only used the
Got different flavor, dude.
different
Kilo
flavor.
Hearts. That's the transient shaper.
It's
I
the
always
classic.
use.
Kilohertz one is good,
It's
and
the
Transient
classic.
Master I
Yeah.
used forever from Native Instruments, but
Oh,
that
I've
one
never
Native
used that.
Instruments changed their like licensing thing, and a lot of my stuff doesn't work anymore.
Oh, no.
Maybe I might have cracked it though, back in the day. I don't remember. I bought a lot
Allegedly.
of stuff though, but
Yeah.
no,
That'll happen.
Yeah,
I've been playing with. We talked about it like last episode or 2 weeks ago, but on my kick channel and snare channel, I have it defaulted to KHS transient shaper, and then stab and the newfangled.
yeah.
I forget the actual name of it. Punctuate.
Punctuate.
Yeah.
Yeah, puncture. I was
Yeah,
gonna
so
say
I have
yeah.
3, and they're not all like defaulted, but you can turn them on and play, and then just do them at like 10%,
Yeah.
20%, and do them together. And it's crazy how much more character and like tone and just
It's interesting.
I've
shape
been,
you can give.
doing more like the effect, like even EQ, minimally EQ, but add like 3 of
Yeah.
that. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like the less you push the
Oh, I never
This-
like to push anything more than 3 or 6 decibels. EQs
Yeah.
or compressors.
well,
Yeah.
sometimes I'll push the well,
Well,
that's
sound
not-
design, there's no rules. Sound design,
Depends,
that's
yeah.
the chainsaw
Plus-
analogy,
plus
which I
60.
probably shared last
Oh.
time. Like chainsaws are meant to chop down wood. EQs are meant to boost broadly and cut narrowly in like 3 to 6 decibel things, right? But like you can open a beer with a chainsaw, and that's not the right way to use a chainsaw, but it's a fucking cool way to use a chainsaw. So like sometimes I'll take an EQ and boost it like 15 decibels in the sub and like 12 decibels in the high end with shells
Right.
and run it through like 4 OTTs and
Yeah.
a disperser and a half,
That's so
that's
but,
the classic
just
sound design
yeah.
method right
oh,
there.
sound design? You mean I can just do whatever I want this whole time?
the fuck? Yeah.
You were always free to leave. Rick and Morty.
Yeah. No, for real. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been reusing a lot of the same sounds. Like I've been going. I think I said in the last time I was on here, like going into the side drop in Ableton and bringing in sounds from older sessions that I've had,
Right.
and
Oh,
dropping
yeah,
it
yeah.
inside of the new session. Like I'll find like a bass that I made because I bounce most of my stuff to audio, and I'll literally just grab it from an old song. Like especially if the song that I wrote was in another key, like that song was in F, and now I'm writing something in D sharp. I'll bring that song that was in F or the sound, and then use that, but just drop it a whole note.
Dude, speaking of the
Good
side
move.
browser in
Good move.
Ableton, there's a crazy thing that I just played with because the new update came out today, and it's got Splice built in to the side browser now, which is it's interesting. It's
weird.
a little weird. It's a little hokey because like their logo pops up. And, like,
Yeah,
a graphic.
yeah.
It's like this doesn't look right. It looks out of place. It does, but it's interesting. And obviously, like you can get new sounds and go through your library there and search and all sorts of stuff.
Damn.
But the craziest thing that because I was like, it's like telling me to do something. I was like, you're really going to do that? And it was like, drop a sample into this box and we'll find samples that work with it. So I
some
made one of
AI.
those chord melody things, right, that I was talking about, like, the chord stabs, and I rendered it all into one track because I didn't want to use an existing Splice sample in case they had some sort of metadata on the file that they were using. I wanted to see if it was actually analyzing the file.
Right.
Oh.
And so I made my own, re-rendered it out of like 5 different chord stabs, like I was saying earlier, dropped it
Smart.
in there, and it's finding all these samples on Splice that sound just like and go perfectly with my shit. And I drag them, I shit you not, from Splice to Ableton, it's already transposed it correctly.
Whoa.
Yes.
What?
So if I'm in
That's-
E and it's an F, it's down 1.
Damn.
Yeah, so I'm just
I love
dragging shit.
that.
And I'm like, this opens up a debate, right? It's like, well, is this making music too easy?
I
Right? And I'm like, you know what? But I'm like, me
That's like
personally,
lane assist with a car.
I'm like,
Analogy.
yeah, exactly. Nice. Joe's got him too.
yeah.
But it's like, I don't really think that like going through your sample library should be a skill. There's crate digging. I get that,
Right.
and sample searching, like going to record stores, which is the other side of the argument, I guess.
Sure.
But I think that's interesting. It's like, is really like sample digging an art, and should it be? Is that something that's also sacred?
they can
and sort
both
of like the way in
exist.
which,
Yeah.
like
Right.
there's the argument is DJing really being a musician, and but like I'm only a musician if I play an instrument or whatever. It's like, but there is that art of like turntable. It's definitely an art. I don't think
Yeah.
that's debatable, right? But it's like, is sample digging an art form? It would be a newer art form because
It's
crate
digital
digging
crate
is,
digging.
yeah.
It's, yeah.
But
It's
is it
digital crate
cool
digging.
to have a computer do it for you? And I don't know. I think, yeah.
It would be like hiring
It
someone to go
is.
to the
It
store
is
for
cool.
you.
It is cool.
Yeah.
I know this website, it's called Yarn, and there's one other one that's similar, but you can just type in a phrase and it will search through like thousands of movies and TV shows and find the exact phrase that you type in so if you're like, I want my pre-drop to say this, you type that in, and it's like, here's 1,000 different options of people saying that exact thing in different tones.
You need to send me that.
Female or male.
I
You said
need
it's a
that.
website or an
I
app?
need
It's a
that.
website.
Dude,
it's a
I
website.
swear
Yeah.
effing does that because I watch his Instagram content and it's like it'll be like the song is called Dreams, right, or something, and it's like he's got a Motown sample, I'm dreaming, and it's like then he gets the Biggie, it was all a dream.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Okay, he's gotta be.
Yeah, and so I thought he was maybe using like ChatGPT for that or something,
Could be
or
that.
maybe
Could
he's
be
just
that.
goaded with the knowledge. And
Yeah, maybe he's just
and is a search
got a
engine
library in
himself.
his
I mean,
head.
his
Yeah,
music's
maybe.
freaking amazing. He's one of my favorites right now.
Shout out Effin.
So
Let's go.
good.
I want to imagine that he's magical.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if he's not, let
He's
me
a
know
wizard.
what you're using. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
right.
check out that
Straight
website.
up.
Because that's I love that stuff.
How
Yeah.
many? I want to ask you earlier. How many new songs do you think you're playing at Cervantes that you've never played before?
that I've
Great
never played
question.
before?
I
That's
love
a
this
tough
question.
Well,
question.
because I guess you were just on tour with
Because
Maddie,
I've just been on
so,
tour with Maddie O'Neill,
right.
but
So basically
I did
two.
change my set and wrote 2 or 3 new songs before my last show with her at 10 Mile, and I changed my set for 10 Mile, and then besides the other 2 shows that I did before that, and I also played a different set at Infrasound, so I've been trying to change up the set as much.
Yeah.
Because I get stuck, because I play like 90% originals probably, so it's like they only go together so many ways.
Yeah.
So I kind of have to work in chunks a lot, but I've been trying to
Right.
change up the chunks.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
but
do.
I have 1, 2, I think 3 or 4. I got one song I made at the Beat Off the other day. It's an import thing we do where we all get up in the garage
yeah.
and we all use the same sample pack
The
and make a
Beat
beat off
Off.
Just
it.
a bunch of boys
so I'm
beating
throwing a
off
beat off
together in
track
the
in
garage.
there. I actually
happens.
made an intro track for the first time in my life for a show. So like I always thought that like intros were just like a clip you'd play to build into another song, but like I've been kind of seeing. I feel
It can
like
be
I know
whatever you
like
want, baby.
Skrillex be like Fuji opener, like that's the track he opened with in Fuji. He wrote that for that show. I felt like so I kind of did that, and I went
It's like
through
a full
couple,
song though, right? Not just like
it's one drop. So it's a drop and then a guitar solo.
Okay.
And so I wrote that. I tried to make it like my only goal or expectation was to make it the most homemade Spaceship thing I could. So it's got like this cool organ it starts off with, and then I do some like weird guitar noodling stuff over it, and then I actually speaking of crate digging, one of the first records I ever bought from a record store, my old friend Mark Fish, shout out if you're somewhere
Shout
out there
out.
in Chicago, I miss you, City Dad. It's like an older cat who I went to audio school with, and he was like all into crate digging. He dragged me to the record store, and I got Shel Silverstein, Where the Sidewalk Ends on vinyl.
Cool.
Mythical
Yeah,
pull.
Mythical pull. Exotic, legendary tier pull. And the first thing it starts off with is like this, like, blue, if you are a dreamer, come sit by my fire. Like, yeah, it's like the most fire sample, and it's like,
Let's go.
if you are a wisher, a hoper, a pretender, so I sampled that over that,
yeah.
and it builds up into this
Mythical
like
pull indeed.
kind of cool like stab thing into what I would consider a very like Kill the Noise Spitfire remix. That's an old dubstep track.
I love
but
Kill the Noise
it's like,
so much.
That's a little bro steppy kind
Yeah.
of, but like I love it's like high energy and fun, and then it cuts straight into like a fucking 32 bar guitar solo rip.
Just rip.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I got this fat Reese bass moving underneath it, and it's just like wow. And then,
Nice.
yeah, and then the next song I haven't played yet live that goes right into that is the weirdest thing I've ever made, and I love it.
Oh.
I was up. My sleep schedule's changing again. So I used to be like a wake up at 6 a.m. and go down to the studio till 9 or 10 and, do that or however long I could. But now I'm staying up till 3 or 4 or 5 in the morning every night.
Going a little more nocturnal with
It's
it.
got part to do with Arc Raiders, but yeah. But now, like, I was up the other night and I was just like, I felt writer's block coming on, and I was like, not today, Satan. I was like, fuck no. You get out of my house. And I was like, I'm going to write the most absurd shit I've ever written in my life. And I'm going through, and I have this sample folder from DJ Young Vamp, and he's a font guy, right? And it's this old, like, weird soulful sample. And I slapped some weird, like, ballady piano sample into there, too, and added a little bit of flute to it. Created this weird sample. It's all, like, something about, like, dancing in your arms or something like that. It's very, like, moonlighty. And then it just, like drops right into some very, what was this? Skrillex's last album type, Redline Dash type beat. I was
Oh,
thinking
cool.
it's like, bump, like, it's got this, like, siren going off, and it's, like,
Nice.
the most, like,
Nice.
whoop, like, what the hell just happened type shit. And it's, like, just distorted 808s is like a vibe
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
and like a
Fucking love
synth
it.
lead that's just like bow, 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 you know, just bouncing off the drums. And I was just like, I'm just going to do this. And
Less is more sometimes,
I kept
man.
doing all these
Yeah.
weird transitions where like all of a sudden I'd build up really quick within like 1 or 2 bars, and then like turntables spin, enter the sample again, and then go back to that super heavy shit, just like really ADHD, really sporadically, and just kind of going hard. And then the middle of it too jumps. You think it's going to go into like hard shit one more time to the point where it would be like, all right, now this is annoying, you know, like you can't just blah blah blah, blah again. And so then it goes into this really cool like 808 piano sad part kind of where I just took 2 of those weird piano loops and put them on top of each other, and like the 4 a.m. magic.
I know.
And it was just like,
it's
that
real.
sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
And then I was like, up, 4 kick drums really fast, back into the heavy shit again. You know, like out of nowhere, like right when you're like, boom. Yeah. So I got 2 brand new IDs right out the gate. But if you
Hell yeah.
haven't seen me in Denver since my last show, I think almost borderline the entire set will be brand new.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you, buddy.
Yeah, I am playing Kick Dust in the Yonkers flip.
You have a Yonkers flip?
You have a Yonkers flip. It's fun. It goes
oh my
up.
God.
Yeah, I'm a
I wanna
fucking
hear
walking
that.
paradox.
Is that released or that's
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah,
it's
it's
out.
Oh my God,
The
I need
Thriller
to-
flip. I always play my Thriller house flip because I love going through the tempos. I don't like playing one. I'm not a one tempo kind of guy.
What point in the set am I hopping up?
You're popping up for the 4th song, Joe, which is
The
Big Man Blastoise.
4th song? Are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you playing? What was the one song we did? Cell phone.
I think I'm playing cell phone.
You're not doing
on
cell
my
phone. You're not doing cell phone
phone.
into Big Man Blastoise. That's how I
Dude,
always
I
mix it.
have this new ID with Matty
These are 2
O'Neill.
collabs that we have together.
Yeah.
That's very fire.
Yeah.
That mixes so well with Big Man. I actually go Big Man Blastoise, then I go to this Rinse, RYNS. Dude's cracked.
Yeah,
I
he's sick.
did his J. Cole flip, and that's one of the
He's from
songs
here,
I'm
right?
playing. Yeah,
Yeah, he's-
and then
it's
I go,
pronounced
and then I go,
Rinse?
in, yeah,
Okay.
and then I go into this like new collab with Matty O'Neill. That's got again like these pretty chords, and then it just kind of does like a stomp, like
yeah.
heavy, like
Hell yeah.
yeah. I've been making my drops with less bass sounds lately. More like percussive, like
Right,
seldom
right.
bass sounds, but more like
Yeah. Let's go.
You know,
Let's go.
the less bass sounds, man. It's like
Yeah.
you're swinging you got more G-force then.
Yes,
you
dude.
know,
Yeah.
it's like because if it's all bass, it just gets kind of like I'm sick of it.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
100%.
I want the boom. It makes it
Yeah.
boomier.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it
but
feels more like a
song, like,
Yeah.
not just like a big dance track.
It'd be like if you're
kind of
playing guitar,
beat.
the whole song you're just strumming like this the whole
Nobody
time.
wants
Yeah.
to hear
Nobody
that.
fucking wants.
Nobody
Yeah.
wants to hear that.
I did a really cool thing with the one song by that Ellie Goulding flip, where the whole beginning of the song, everything is on the grid up until the drop, and then once the drop comes, everything is just off grid.
Let's go. That's fun.
And then, like, I mean, it just sounds so fucking good. Like, but because I was like mixing, I was like, this sounds like ass trying to mix in with this other song with this shit that's all off grid. So I put it all directly on grid. So when I mix in, mix out, it sounds great and it sounds normal. You can't tell
cool.
listening to it. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like it's any different. It's
Okay.
just once the drop comes, it's just like the way the syncopation of everything moves.
Yeah,
and like
just feels-
I went through and moved every single kick, every snare, every.
Sometimes that's the best thing to
on
do,
some
baby.
Straight,
The
just
hard way.
like it's like 4 a.m. I'm just like going.
If he wasn't on
micro
top,
tweaks.
he'd use the enhanced groove pool options and humanize options. But it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, calling our
No.
boy out.
I want him to upgrade so we can send
Yeah.
stuff back and forth, dude. It's been
Man, it's
years.
almost like we don't live 10 minutes from each other.
I know, and every time we do write a song together, we usually meet up to work on another song and then accidentally write
Right.
another song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one
course.
We
collab.
finished the big. We started when we finished. I forget what it was. I think we were finishing maybe
The
Knocked
Panic at the
Loose
Disco,
or
or-
the Knocked Loose flip.
Yeah.
And we were finishing that, and I was just playing with some shit. And on my keys, and you're like, "That's fire!" I was like, "All right, finish it." And then so
And
we
we
finished
did.
the Knock Loose flip, and then we wrote that other banger in like 3 hours.
Let's go,
Yeah.
boys. That's how it's
And,
done.
Yeah, it's probably the sickest song that we've wrote.
That song's
too.
sick. Dude. It's got
it
this
goes off.
Batman Gotham vibe to it.
It's a really
Ooh.
cool. It's like what would that be? It's like Phrygian Dominant.
Well, what I did, which was weird, so like, I know music theory. I learned it because I was teaching, and it
Fucking
fascinated
nerd.
me, and it's whatever. But I've been trying
did
to
you
like,
say that?
I've been trying to break the rules.
I thought it was Dave at first. I was like, damn.
fucking nerd.
Fucking nerd.
No, but I was like, I'm trying to use music theory in ways that I've never heard of it used before. So what I did was I wrote one phrase of like, so it's like 2 or 4 bar phrases or something. Or one bar. two or more. It's part of the riff, right? And one chunk of the riff was in Phrygian. Then the next chunk was in harmonic minor.
Oh, fun.
And then the next chunk was in Phrygian again. And then the last chunk hits a Phrygian dominant riff, which is actually the Phrygian mode of harmonic minor.
Nerd.
Sorry. It's all
it
transposed
sounds
to E
sick.
though.
Yeah.
But it's like it gives it these like I can't do it with my mouth. But,
Yeah, no, it's honestly crazy. You're doing
Right.
a call and response with like
With
keys.
modes.
With
modes,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
It's modal
Modes.
interchange.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just
That's insane.
you're using like it
I was just being
becomes chromatic
stupid,
at a
dude.
point.
I was just literally
Yeah.
being stupid. I wasn't trying to be smart. And I used the blues note in there too.
Yeah,
the
there
blues
is, like,
yeah,
some
the
chromat-
blue note.
Yeah,
There's some chromaticism.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
augmented
Oh, yeah.
fourth or whatever. I threw that in there too. So it goes between like some of those. I don't exactly remember exactly which ones, but that was the mindset. Is that like the call was in this mode, and then the response would be in this mode, and
That's
then
fucking sick.
Yeah,
I've never
and,
thought
And
of
then
that.
the drop, like, because that's the lead synth, and then the drop kind of follows the same like pattern too. And
yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah, it's weird, and yeah, just being stupid. Just be like, how can I? Like, I was definitely trying to misuse
Yeah.
the modes,
Right.
You know, or like I was trying to break something,
Right.
you know, and it was like I wasn't being serious. I was like,
But
oh,
it sounds good.
shit.
It's like from a music theory
The
standpoint.
thing is that
like,
there could not have been overarching chords over that whole whatever
No.
8-bar phrase, you know, because that wouldn't have worked.
Right.
But because it's all riff based and it's
all
all
atonal.
essentially
Note.
one note at a time,
Right.
I was able to get away with doing that
Yeah, it's
without.
riffs.
Because if there's 2 notes at a time, it's all over. But thank goodness we don't do that in dubstep.
Yeah, we're more than one note. No, we're
A harmony? Who
the song
needs
is
it?
in E. We're keeping every note.
Yeah.
So everything is in
Which
E.
is hilarious because I'm being like kind of music theoretically like smart, but I'm also at the same time doing it in the minor leagues of music. You know,
right,
it's
right,
also really
right, yeah.
stupid. It's a one note song. So.
There's been some songs I've written, and granted, like you can make things sound different via boosting like things in your like your frequency spectrum to not sound necessarily like E. But like there's been songs I've written where everything is just E, but it's like different.
Yeah. Well, it's like a
octaves
drum,
of
like
E
you said.
or-
It's
yeah.
all a
Yeah.
drum.
But it's
you
all
know?
it's timbre, and it's like you could boost like a sound at like, you know, let's say whatever a bass note, and then you do like a really thin boost like
Yeah.
on Pro Q at like 250 hertz, and then that tonality, because that's a note as well,
Yeah.
whatever that is
Yeah.
at 250.
I do that shit all the time.
And then boom, now you just like created another like
Yeah.
micro tonality sound
Oh, yeah.
inside of your single note. You know, it's like breaking the rules. Like you can't really do that in any other genre of music.
No.
I mean, like
No.
That's why I love this stuff
Yeah.
so much,
Yeah.
man. That's
So
why
many
I love
happy
electronic
accidents.
music.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I've never been like a rave kid. I've always been more of like a skater punk, like emo.
Cool.
You know, but like the whole making electronic music is like the coolest thing
Yeah.
in the world
Yeah,
to
it's
me.
super cool.
Like,
so
I
many
have this-
accidents
yeah.
happen too, and then you're like, oh fuck, like you accidentally like shift something like a quarter of a bar, and then
Yeah,
it
I'm just
completely
hunting that.
changes. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
just,
it's hunting.
like
That's a
you
good
said
idea.
That's
too,
all
like,
I'm
you
doing.
know, like
I'm just hunting that.
Take
Good analogy.
white noise and boost up the frequencies in Pro Q super tight,
Yeah.
and create tones with
You could
that.
create chords if you boost. Yeah, take white
And you
noise.
can't do that with anything
so
else.
fun. I've never
There's
thought
so many
about
different
that.
types of sounds and stuff you can make and combine stuff and
That's
chop
crazy.
stuff and like reverse stuff. It costs like $250 and a good 8 seconds of buffer time to reverse something live with guitar.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
you
right.
need a special pedal
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
all this other
Right,
stuff,
right.
and you got to do the river dance and. Yeah. But with electronic music, it's just anything goes, and it's just so cool.
Literally anything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's again like the riff-based stuff. I know, like it's the same thing with the wonky Willa track I was talking about. I was like, I want to do Phrygian and have that blues note in there,
Yeah.
in the same thing. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm just gonna make it work and do it, and just a bunch of stabs and yeah, it's cool to be able to try stuff like that out too. Like
It
working
is.
on music by yourself, I think is something that's changed in the past.
Yeah,
what
you
I'd
weren't
say
able to do that
25
before,
years.
right?
Yeah.
You know, it's so common. Like besides you're the acoustic guitar kid.
Or
You know,
that-
which I was also. Joe still is.
Shouts to the
Watch his
acoustic
Spades
guitar kids.
Instagram
Yeah.
story every once in a while. You know, he's you know, having a time if you got him playing some Zach Bryan on the Instagram story. You know. But yeah, making music by yourself is just that whole world. Because like with a band, it's so hard to be like, let's try doing this, guys.
But then
Yeah.
someone just doesn't get it.
The
what you're
first
trying to
30
do.
minutes of it not
always.
working, everyone's like, yeah, fuck this, dude.
Fuck
Like,
it.
let's go back to the formula.
It's dumb.
But like when you're by yourself, you're like, no, I'm like really locked in on this stupid idea right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna
make this
pursue
work,
this
you know?
dumb
I'm gonna
idea.
see
And
it
it might
through.
take you 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it hits, and that's a cool
And sometimes
discovery
it just
point,
doesn't
too.
work. You might spend those 4 or 5
Yeah.
hours, and you're like, that is still just garbage. But
Yeah.
maybe like 3 or 4 songs later, you think about that one idea you were playing with, and then now suddenly it works for some reason.
Yeah,
And you're like,
exactly.
oh, there it is. There's the
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, exactly.
Always worth it.
Yeah.
The thing.
I love that our scenes are like super supportive about people trying weirder stuff and doing things like differently. Like even like as subtly as like someone gets like a cool new snare tone that no
Yeah.
one's ever really done. And everyone's like, or at least every producer at least is like, yo, wait, we hear that. Like
new snare alert.
New
A
snare.
new snare just dropped.
It's all, yeah. That's how you know you've hit like a certain echelon in your producer journey. Is like when you really start to care about snare drums. Like, that's where like
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, that's when you're
ever,
locked in.
ever important
Yeah.
are the snare drums.
Dude, Noisia is running a little deal on their website with their merch, and they have the snare shirt. And
Really?
I almost bought it. It's only like $25 right now.
What?
I was so tempted. Yeah. But I'm very broke.
Oh, yeah, snares.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dan from the Ableton podcast is making merch, and he's giving me a Live, Laugh, Luffs shirt.
I need one of those.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So fucking insane.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm probably going to wear it for like a week straight. So.
Right. Get it, guys?
Anyone? Nobody.
Oh my god.
Snares.
There's a sweater.
Also, the Vision one is sick. It's got the anybody who
Yeah,
does long
it's cool.
sleeve with like
Oh yeah, I
print
love
on the
that.
sleeves.
With tech print.
So
Yeah.
cool every
This
time.
is just, I might have to buy this. It's one of the most
Yeah.
iconic shirts
much is it?
ever made. It's $28.
That's
It's
a
28
reasonable.
pounds.
Oh yeah,
Whatever.
That's a reasonable price for a T-shirt.
Dude, merch,
Yeah.
merch is expensive, dude. I was at like
Yeah.
even like a not like I go to like a lot of hardcore shows and like there's some like not big hardcore band. Their shirt was like $45 fucking
Yeah.
dollars.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And that's like at the source, not even online. Like, I was like, fuck, dude, this
Yeah,
shit's
this
getting
thing's sick
so
as fuck,
expensive.
too.
yeah, it's
Damn,
it's
that's
Hopefully
fucked
it
up,
was
right?
good quality because of that. No?
I always get the good quality merch.
Oh.
You know why?
gotta.
Because like I get the Bella Canvas like soft shirts, and they're kind of like
Those are nice.
They feel nice on
They
the.
do feel nice.
And it's funny because I've had
Minimal nipple chafing.
multiple people tell me that they're like, "Yo, so I stole your shirt from my significant other. I didn't know who you were, but I wore it all the time because it was so comfy."
Yo.
And then one day I decided to look up your music, and they're like, "Yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was good. It
Damn.
actually wasn't
That's
bad."
hilarious.
Bella
And
don't say that, dude. Bella Canvas might be asking for royalties.
And so getting the comfy shirts is, and people wear it all the time, though,
Right,
too.
right.
You know,
That's marketing, boys.
The one
sell
comment,
those
someone's like
at,
grain
like-
delay on the master.
yeah. Oh, is that Albie?
Yeah,
I know
Albie. You know
yeah,
Albie?
Yeah, and I know Droplets too.
Oh wait, Droplets
Oh,
is here.
yeah.
Dude, chat. I'm so sorry. I
Oh,
haven't been paying
Jacob,
attention.
off. That's a smart idea.
What up,
John.
Droplets? What up,
Guy.
Albie?
We've been chatting.
There's so
Jacob
many things
Waters.
on Pro L or like the limiters and stuff. I always forget to like turn off around like True Peak limiting and stuff like that. I always turn that off.
Oh yeah, you gotta have True Peak Limit.
Do you guys want to watch and talk about some TikToks I got here?
Oh, are we
Yeah,
already
I'd
there?
love to. I'd love to.
We're
Oh,
just
I'm
about
actually
an hour and a half.
jonesing for a scroll.
Oh
right
my
now,
god.
so-
Dude, my thumbs have not been.
You've come to,
so bad.
you've come to the right place, baby. Let me make sure the audio is good, but they should be.
What do we got, Khalib?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, hang on.
Tech things.
Bum, 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 bum.
What was the first like electronic music that you really ever heard that like got you into?
Oh, I
Well,
love
of
that
course, I
question,
remember
too.
Dead Mouse, of course,
Yeah.
right? And
Really?
Nine Inch Nails has been a favorite of mine for a long time,
There
so
you
that
go.
was kind of the first one.
Shout out Trent.
Because like when like With Teeth came out and like all that other stuff, like it was very electronic.
Oh, there we go.
Downward Spiral, not as much, but and Pretty Hate Machine was 80s, but yeah, and then so Dead Mouse, right, and Aphex Twin, and then I think honestly, like the first electronic music that I heard that I liked was this dude in my town, Omar, who was a DJ who DJ'd at the 17 Club or whatever. I don't know if you guys had one of those. Club Soda.
Oh.
He went by Oda Ghost was his name, and he is a wild dude. Last time I remember I hung out with him, we threw a head of lettuce at his ceiling fan.
Sick.
Yeah,
Sick.
so- yeah, one of those guys.
Sounds like a
and
good
he
time.
showed me Bloody Beetroots and the Toxic Avenger.
Oh.
Yeah, which was like French electro house, and
Okay.
I don't know if Bloody Beetroots is French. I know Toxic Avenger is like French electro house, like boop, and Wolfgang Gartner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wolfgang's Fifth, I think, was one of the first ones I heard. And
I know
then-
his name, but I've never listened to his music.
Yeah, and
Wolfgang.
then I was a huge emo, like I said, so I followed Sonny Moore from first to last through his Sonny phase, where he wrote like singer-songwriter electronica. I would say
Wild.
Glowworm was a song, and like I forget some other names of some songs. But then Skrillex came out. But at that same time, like Skrillex came out, I got introduced to Pretty Lights. So Pretty Lights was the first thing for me to be like, oh. Because coming from like a hardcore metal, like emo background, I'm like, electronic music's not for me, you know. But then I heard Pretty Lights, and I was like, oh, it's like cool too.
Yeah.
Like, you can do whatever you want, you know.
Right.
Because you think back then when you're in a metal band, you're like, oh, synthesizer music, dude. You know?
Yeah. Wasn't it sick? My guitar sounds, and you're like, oh, that is sick.
Yeah, but and then Pretty Lights was the first thing to get me to fall in love.
Let's
but like,
go.
the very
That's
first
cool.
banger I ever heard was a Toxic Avenger song. I wonder if
go.
I could like.
Hell yeah.
What about you, Joe?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Infected Mushroom.
Yeah.
Really?
I was like you know, in high school, in like my big stoner phase, I was looking up like trippy music to listen
Right.
to,
Yeah,
whatever, and I
yeah.
found like a bunch of like, you know, like I was listening to like a bunch of like, I don't know, like Acid Kings and stuff. I was
Yeah.
getting all of like LimeWire or something, more like stoner, like sludge metal rock
Right.
stuff. But then like randomly, like somewhere
Green Lung.
in there, yeah, exactly. Somewhere randomly in there, there was like an Infected Mushroom song. It was the
Right.
song Converting Vegetarians.
That's one of the
And,
best
like,
ones.
I was like, this is so
Got the
fucking
right
sick.
budget. That ends
And it was like
into
so like
the
bouncy,
darkness.
and then yeah, no, that was for
the
sure
best
that
ones.
That'll
That's
do it.
cool. Infected mushroom.
that was like 2008, I think,
Yeah.
and then
It was a good era.
I was in the car with my one friend, and he had like subs, and he played the song. It's called "Jig" by Tom Encore. It was like a one-off
Okay.
producer, and it was just like heavy as fuck. You know, it sounded like kind of like all the Rusco, whatever, like,
nice.
like
Yeah.
that kind of world, like your standard dubstep. And I heard that I was like high as fuck in the back of his car. He had like this shitty old like '92 Honda Civic with like sub, and I was just like, this is the coolest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Like I was like, oh my god, I need to make this, because I'm like, you know, I was like I'm playing in metal bands, and I was like,
Right.
this sounds like a breakdown.
Right.
This is the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's like
Okay.
a breakdown in a metal song, but it's
Yeah.
like way cooler
It's
sound.
just the breakdown.
With it's like
just
yeah,
the
just the
breakdown.
breakdown, but then I like love hip hop too. So I'm like, oh, this is
Right.
like hip hop drums, but with metal
Right,
like
right.
rhythmatic phrasing. And I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
this is like the perfect blend of like music. And then yeah,
That's sick, man.
Yeah.
That's so
With
sick.
weird robot sounds.
what about you?
It started with like indie electronic stuff, like
Postal Service? Yeah.
Yeah. Rob? Did you? Yep.
Yeah.
That was a big one, and Faded Paper Figures. The first like electronic, and they're still like kind of in the indie realm, but Purity Ring.
Okay.
Do you guys
Yep.
know them?
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, it was at like 1 a.m. one night, and I was with my buddies, and we were all drunk, and somehow we were just exploring like my Discover Weekly or something, and it came up Purity Ring, like one song, and I was like, what the fuck is this? This is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I started like diving into them, and then I would go to like their recommended, and somehow, you know, one thing led to another.
Tipper.
And then, yeah, this girl I had a crush on in high school was like, oh, I'm going to see Tipper. And I was like, oh, who is that? She- I want to go with you. Let's do that thing. And then
Fuck
I
yeah.
actually listened to Tipper, and I was like, wait.
Oh, Spangle was another one of my first
Yeah.
ones too.
Oh,
Big
Spongle's a
ups.
banger.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Bass Nectar, of course.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
really-
yeah. Space
yeah.
Nectar, House of Blues, 2008. My friend Mike Chassie, he was like, "Yo, fucking Space Nectar's playing here." I was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck?"
I saw
Yeah,
Big Sector in
yeah.
a college town. I remember. I think it was at like University of Indiana or some shit like that. And it was a
That's
wild
crazy.
time. Yeah,
Long time
also,
ago.
shout out for me, Flying Lotus.
Oh, Flylo, really?
Yeah, and Daedalus too.
Daedalus.
Daedalus
Daedalus.
also
Yeah.
a mono muser. He
Yeah.
has the
Yeah.
16 by 16.
That makes
though.
sense. Yeah,
he's
the
got the
big
big
grid.
one that's a square. Mine's like a rectangle.
Nerd.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he can do 2 tracks at once, but
Right.
yeah, he has all his stems out on there and stuff.
Fuck yeah.
But
Super
yeah,
fucking nerd.
Do the Astral Plane, I think, is still one of my favorite songs
Yeah,
of
that's
all
good
time.
song.
It
Let's
just
go.
locks
Yeah.
in, man. Yeah.
All right, while we're doing it, let's go around the circle. We'll go a little bit longer for the pod.
I guess. I mean, technically, my brother showed me BBC Radio 1 in like 2002,
Oh shit.
and they were playing some jungle shit, and that
Damn.
like planted a seed, but I didn't really like take. It just sat there under
yeah.
the surface for like a good decade or more. But then I heard "Blow" by Bass
Oh yeah.
Bass Nectar. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, I took some LSD, and I heard The Rabble by SES9, and I was like, what the fuck is this? It's
STS9 too. When I first started DJing, I'd be DJing like STS9 into like Pretty Lights into like other.
Cool.
And I was like, this is hard, guys.
Yeah,
I really am
that's-
DJing like impossible to DJ.
Yeah. Not DJ songs. And Infected Mushroom around that time too, and Spangle.
Yeah.
All of those kind of more.
What would you? That's more like the.
I mean, they are kind of bands still
Glitch hop.
because I came from bands.
Yeah.
So
Psytrance.
it was a little-
Psy
well, there's
hop.
definitely that for Infected Mushroom, but Spangle is its own thing.
Yeah.
And same with like Thievery Corporation. I got huge into them, which they do electronic stuff, but it's like lounge tech.
Yeah, Bonobo was a
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah.
for me,
I
too.
fucking love.
Right.
Oh, he was early for me too.
Yeah, Bonobo was big.
Glitch Mob.
Glitch Mob. Oh, Glitch Mob.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was one of the first ones I
What
heard
was
too.
it was Glitch Mob, Vibe
I
Squad.
fucking love Bonobo.
Vibe Squad.
And-
Vibe Squad, dude. Yeah. Sometimes I freak out that I do
Basically,
have a track with
Caspa
him.
Yeah, that's wild.
would be like the third, and that was 2008 to
It
2015,
randomly happened. Yeah.
and then I started making tunes.
Yeah. I guess
Hell yeah.
Rusco was another first one too. That BBC
Yeah.
radio
Rusco,
one.
dude, shout out the Rusco YouTube tutorial where he tells you his first top tip is
What
to
was
give
that
your girl
dog?
20 quid to go get her nails and eyebrows done. And that'll buy you a good couple hours of tune making time. And then he talks about how you need sugary drinks.
Yeah,
He hasn't blinked once yet in the video. He's like, sugary drinks.
Yeah.
You need sugary drinks. It's paramount for the process. And he was using Sony Acid.
Yeah, that's what it was. Sony Acid.
Sony Acid, which was a remix program where it was only audio loops.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
the
first one
MIDI,
I
I believe.
used.
He said a really good
Really?
thing though. He's like,
Yeah.
if you have
MIDI?
good drums, he's like, the rest of the track will just come together. He's like, the drums are the foundation of the track. I remember that stuck with me from watching that production.
nice.
thing.
Oh,
Sure.
that's cool.
That's so true, man. And I forget that sometimes. Sometimes I gotta slap together some drums. Like, no,
Yeah.
dude, take
If
your
you can-
time,
Dude,
bro.
That's why I was so fucking pissed off with Skrillium, where he didn't give us the drums
Yeah,
in that
dude.
fucking stem pack. Like, that's what I wanted more than
If
anything.
you want the drums, you got to
Flip
go to
the
Bieber's
phase.
house party
Just
in
flip-
LA. You got to casually go up to Sonny, say what up, talk to him, get to know him, infiltrate.
You could just flip
Infiltrate.
it.
Yeah, hostage.
Plan a coffee date the next day. Hang out.
Give me the drums.
Yeah.
Why don't you just flip the phase of all the stems against
Well, I'm
the
gonna use-
full track?
Oh
and then
my
you just
God,
get the
look at-
drums.
But look, at this guy.
Oh, wait, that's genius.
That's
oh,
genius.
shit.
So
Well,
Sonny's gonna hear this and be like, no,
Sonny
fuck.
did give you the drums. You just had to be smart to get them. I was just going to use Ableton's new stem splitter.
This is a
could use that
choose
too.
your own
High
adventure.
quality mode
Yeah.
sounds good.
I haven't even used it yet.
The high quality mode
Is it
sounds
good?
good. It's Moises. So if you've used
Oh.
Moises,
Yeah, that's what
it's
I use.
Moises, but it's the
Okay,
Moises
okay.
paid version with the high quality and the stuff.
Nice.
It sounds good. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of deaf, but like I couldn't really like. It sounded good to me.
That's what I
dude.
use for all my flips. I use Moises and just get all the acapella.
the stem splitter's been amazing for samples. Like
That's also
especially if
what
I get
TP
like a
uses.
Splice, like soul sample, like a hip hop sample from Splice, and I just want the vocal.
Yeah.
You know, or I just want those keys or something
Yep.
with no drums in it because I'm like, this is a fire sample, but I can't have those drums in it. Like, not a problem anymore.
Right.
And then I take that and I drop that into the Splice thing. And then I get samples to go with it. I don't even have to do anything anymore,
No,
guys.
dude, it writes itself.
Yeah.
what about you?
I'm racking my brain trying to think of what was like the thing.
Really?
There were like bands that I liked growing up that did electronic like offshoots, like Sufjan and Bon Iver
Yeah.
and Sigur Rós. Like they all had like some electronic elements or eras, which was always a thing. And then I kind of came into producing on like trying to make like bedroom pop essentially.
That's sick.
And so then I like gradually started listening to more electronic sounds because I was working by myself on a computer. And I was trying to figure out how to make synth sounds
Yeah.
or whatever. And so it just like trickled. And then I met Restraint, and
Oh, nice.
he took me to a drum and bass show, and
Fuck
the
yeah.
rest is fucking history.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes.
I just,
Right?
I flipped.
Jungle!
It just got me.
And drums are now the coolest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, at least that's what I thought.
Yeah,
I
right.
fucking love drums.
Let's see what this video is about.
It's you're not gonna see, you're gonna hear what this video is about, son. And I think the audio sounded pretty good. Does anybody see the
volume? No.
Oh,
The play button.
there we go. It's already up.
All right.
All the way up. Okay. So these first two are just real nice, and the last one's a little bit of a goof, but it's good.
Nice.
It's educational.
Good preamble.
Yeah.
Yo.
Dude, this guy's goated.
That's a whole track.
Yeah.
That's a
That's a whole track. Dude.
just put drums on that. You're good.
And
No,
his-
there's a kick in there. There's an
Yeah.
808.
Yeah.
There's a rim shot. There's
already
hi-hats. You can distort that 808,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you got
You can loop
infinite
it.
seasoning
Yeah.
cabinet, dude,
Yeah.
and you're just going to town on that, dude.
It almost sounded like ice.
Right.
Like it was
all
like
the little sprinkles.
And then
Yeah.
like a bag of chips.
You can granulate that sucker, dude, and get some tones out of that.
oh.
Micro loop and sim
Here,
player,
the
sampler.
the chat missed it. I don't know why it's not letting me go to. It was
Oh, chat missed it.
Eyeball in.
Here, we'll play it one more time. It's fast.
I mean, I'm down for round 2.
I want that microphone, whatever this underwater microphone he has is.
It's literally what it sounds like dropping a fat log.
Sounds like my bathroom when I get home, dude.
Oh, well, then you're really gonna like
Droplets
this
probably
one.
like that one.
Jeez. Oh yeah,
It does have a lot
droplets.
of
That's
droplets in there.
Hey.
Oh
Yeah,
damn.
yeah.
Oh,
Fuck yeah, dude, my boy, dude.
There he is. Droplets.
We got more.
Also, on the toilet.
I can't wait to distort that through the Eldritch Notch. Oh, it's so good.
I believe this guy sells like FLAC
Yeah.
versions
Yeah.
Yeah.
of a
Fucking
bunch of his
go.
recordings.
Yeah, I want these.
Because I looked it
Dude,
up and
that
I was
is
like,
sick.
That is
I
the.
can't afford this right now, but I want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rip it off the internet.
He probably has
don't tell him that.
super flax
He doesn't
somehow.
want me to do that. I won't do it.
The most
but that
high
had the
quality.
whole drum and bass like.
Oh, boom.
Oh,
pushing the chair.
The chair, the chair bass,
push,
yeah.
dude.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
give me
It's a tree
one.
creak,
Give me
dude.
one OTT.
Yeah.
That tree was
and an
anticipating
EQ,
what you
dude.
would sound like when you became a door.
Yeah,
Prepping
there's
for
some
his
stuff
future.
there. You could also do some skrilly leads with that. I feel like.
yep.
Yeah.
It's
Little
$5
stab.
for quite a few.
Yo,
Whoa.
guys, if we all
$5
split it,
$1 each.
$1 each. I think we could manage that.
Sounds of Tree.
Sounds of Tree Volume 1.
Sounds of
Sounds
tree.
of tree.
Volume 1.
Oh yeah, French trees.
Different
than
I'll buy that
American
and
trees,
Give
you
it
know?
to you guys. Sounds great.
Trees
Alright.
with a French
I
accent.
need that.
And this one is really, really good knowledge, I think. It's good. It's a good
I feel
thing
like
to
it's
take
going to be
home.
the opposite of that.
Right. A lot of people talk about getting vocals to sit in the mix and that they have trouble with this.
Looks like Sky Sia's brother.
I would argue that's not that important. Think about it differently. Try to get your vocals to stand in the mix. Get them to stand up, get them to walk around in the mix, get them to lounge in the mix, get them to sleep in the mix. Sitting is static. Get them to jog in the mix. Get your vocals
Motherfucker.
to make some breakfast, do the crossword, have a cup of coffee, and then go to work in the mix. Get your vocals to start a whole new career.
He's
in the mix.
smiling.
Get
He,
your
like,
vocals
is about to
to go
break.
home, break up with their spouse,
Wow.
and move to a new country in the mix. Get your vocals to start a coup in that country in the mix. Get your vocals to become the dictator of that country in the mix. Get your vocals to be ousted by a revolution
in the mix.
In the mix.
Get your vocals to be remembered as one of the worst dictators in history in the mix. What? This got really dark. All right, maybe don't get your vocals to go that far. But I don't know. Just put your vocals at the right level.
He really wrapped it up there at the end.
Yeah.
I think he really summed it all up into one there.
Also, what's up with this shirt? It just says 9:30.
Just put them at the right
It's
level.
got cool shirts, dude.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
9:30 is pretty nice.
9:30 is pretty tight.
It's a good time.
Yeah, it's a
when
great
I
time.
decide
Good for
if I'm
morning
sleepy.
and night, I guess.
Yeah. It's a great time of the day.
It is. It is. Yeah.
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 Never
Have
too
9:30.
tired.
Both
at 9:30.
9:30s are pretty goaded.
Yeah,
dude.
they're both good. You can still have coffee, and you can still have coffee.
Damn.
Wow.
And you
on
know
either
it's about
side.
to be a
Wow.
good time after both 9:30s.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9:30s either starting the night or starting the morning. Pretty good.
Lunch or afters, dude.
Yeah, or yeah.
So, yeah. Right after that.
Goddamn. Crack open a cold one.
Me too.
It's
Fucking
9:30 somewhere.
fucking right. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on for 242.
Yeah.
242.
Been great having you guys.
This was great. This was a super fun episode.
Yeah.
I had a blast on this episode.
legendary episode.
Yeah.
Shout out to our chat room: Jacob Waters, Droplets, Albie, the only shirtless man to ever be on the pod,
Yep. Banger.
I'd say it was a pretty brutal
and all the
debate.
lurkers that are out there.
Yeah.
I can see you.
We know they're out there.
I could see you. Shout out where people can find you guys on the internet.
Any
Yeah,
last
shout
I mean,
clues?
everywhere, man.
God,
Spotify, all the streaming services.
Christian Mingle.
SoundCloud.
Farmers only.
Farmers only. Spades Music Official on all platforms.
I
I make it
only
pretty
drop
easy.
my IPs or EPs on Christian Mingle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to go there
Hell
to hear
yeah.
the new
And
tracks.
Pornhub.
Yeah.
December 4th, Cervantes.
Yeah.
December
Homemade
4th.
Spaceship headlining. I'm direct support. It's gonna be sick.
Cervantes.
$15 tickets right now. Black
Y'all heard it.
Friday
Yeah,
sale.
they're going up. So if you get them
Yeah.
now, $15
Tickets are
for a
moving.
dual venue event is
Yeah.
that's just a good deal.
That's
It's
a
a
lot of
crazy deal.
I'm a
I
cop
promise
those.
not to suck. Joe promises not to suck.
I swear I won't.
I'm pretty sure everyone's not going to suck too. It's going to be
Yeah.
a sick night. So,
Fuck yeah.
Badass.
Yeah.
Well, you guys heard it here first. Thanks everybody for swinging through. Well, guys, we'll catch you next week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, and see you later.
Go blow stuff up.
Jebediah Lang.